Hi, this is Mike Jeffers with Chicago Jazz Magazine, chicagojazz.com, and this is your weekly update on who's playing where and what's going on in the Chicago jazz scene. For over 7 years, we've been doing a weekly e-blast through Chicago Jazz Magazine and chicagojazz.com, and 3 months ago, we actually changed the format a little bit so that it looks a little bit more like a mini Chicago Jazz Magazine. If you click on the link below, it'll open up and you can flip through it just like as if it's a magazine. We've got features, there's a gig of the week. We have feature information on getting to know different jazz artists in Chicago. There's new CD release lists on there, so you can find out what CDs nationally have been released, actually internationally have been released. And we have a full calendar of clubs, restaurants, who's playing where, what's going on. In addition, if you go to the back of the issue, you'll also see about 50 profiles of musicians that have websites on Chicago Jazz Magazine. They're in the issue as well, so you can flip through. Maybe you'll find somebody that you've never heard of, or find somebody that you remember seeing back in the day, but now you can find out where they're performing again and get out and see them play. So it's a nice package, and don't be afraid to click on that link below because it's very simple to use. But I wanted to add in one other twist to this and start doing some videos every week to kind of introduce not only the online magazine, but also kind of give you some extra information on who's playing where and what's going on that might not be in this issue. It is available on chicagojazz.com, but it's always easier just to watch something rather than read something sometimes. So just want to run down a couple of things. The gig of the week this week on the online magazine, e-blast magazine, is Ann Hampton Calloway and Liz Calloway at Viper Alley. So I know tickets are going fast. It's this weekend at Viper Alley. You can visit chicagojazz.com. Just click on the jazz calendar link and scroll down to Viper Alley, and it'll take you right over so you can purchase tickets. This is a show they normally are not performing in the Chicagoland area on a regular basis, so this is a great time to see them perform. Also coming up next Saturday nights, actually 2 p.m. in the afternoon, there's a matinee, and also at 7:30 in the evening is Du Sable to Obama. This is Orbert Davis and his Chicago Jazz Philharmonic's soundtrack. That Orbert actually did the soundtrack to Du Sable to Obama, which is a documentary that was on WTTW several years ago. Orbert won an Emmy Award, and the documentary won an Emmy, but he has never performed this music live anywhere. And Saturday nights, he's going to be performing that live at the Riva and David Logan Center for the Arts on the campus of the University of Chicago. So the show times are 2:30 in the afternoon and 7:30 at night. Tickets are available again if you go to chicagojazzphilharmonic.org, chicagojazzphilharmonic.org, or just visit chicagojazz.com, and we've got a link that goes right over so you can get more information and find out. But this should be a spectacular show. It's Orbert with the Chamber Orchestra, the Chicago Jazz Philharmonic Chamber Orchestra. I also get a lot of requests for individual shows, who's playing where. Well, this week, of course, is Valentine's Day. Yes, Valentine's Day, guys. Don't worry, I've got you covered. I got the perfect shows for you to check out with your Valentine. Take her out to dinner, or go to dinner and see a show. So let me give you two choices. The first one is Spider Sailoff is going to be performing at Katarina's, which is on Irving Park Road, 1920 West Irving Park Road in Chicago at 7:30, and they do have dinner there, so you should call, make reservations immediately. But Spider Sailoff and her group are going to be there performing. She's there every year on Valentine's Day, and the show is incredible, and the food's outstanding, and of course Katarina is somebody that you just have to meet. She's wonderful as well. So that's Katarina's. That's Thursday, Valentine's Day. And then also Ava Logan starts her run at the Chicago Jazz Showcase, Joan Wayne Siegel's famous, legendary Chicago Jazz Showcase, starting this Thursday, the 14th, all the way through the 17th. So you can catch her on Valentine's Day, and if you like her, go see her Friday, Saturday, and Sunday as well. She's playing with the Willie Pickens Trio, which has Willie Pickens on piano, obviously, Larry Gray on bass, and Robert Shai on drums. So that's happening at the Jazz Showcase. Now, make sure you're also friends with us on Facebook, on Twitter, on YouTube, and on Pinterest, because Starting tomorrow, we're going to be posting new blogs and information about other spots that you can go take your Valentine to see some live jazz throughout the city. So make sure that you're friends with us and connect with us on social media, because Chicago Jazz Magazine posts a lot of different events and a lot of different bonus things on those different sites for everybody that's following us. So be sure to check that out. We're going to start posting things starting tomorrow and throughout the week about what's happening for Valentine's Day. One last thing that I wanted to kind of cover here, and I get a lot of requests for people trying to find out where the jam sessions are in Chicago. And these are just a few jam sessions. These are jam sessions I've been to recently. And again, we're going to be posting things on chicagojazz.com and all of our social media sites for upcoming jam sessions as they start happening. But just a couple that I wanted to mention. Monday nights, the jam session at the Serbian Village, which is just east of the Kennedy on Irving Park Road, starts at 8:30, and that's Tom Muellner and drummer Phil Gratteau's famous jam session. It's been going on for a couple years, and the who's who of Chicago jazz hangs out and sits in. So even if you're not a musician, if you don't want to sit in, you want to hear some great music, Monday nights, 8:30, that's the spot to head to. Also, for everybody in the South Loop and south of there, and even in the Loop, the Velvet Lounge has reopened. So the Velvet Lounge is reopened, so they're doing a Monday night jam session with Savoie Fair, the jazz violinist. So be sure to check that out. Thursdays, long-running jam session with John Bainey at the Chambers in Niles, and also Sunday nights at Andy's, there's a jam session. So hopefully all of this helps, and look for us to start doing weekly emails with new videos. We've got a new online TV show about to launch, and I look forward to seeing you somewhere out on the scene.